Kathy here, doing the childhood questions. Day one. Question number one: where did you grow up? I was born in Baltimore and I lived in Towson, which is a suburb of Baltimore, for about 8 years, I think. And then we moved to Hagerstown, which is about an hour and a half away from Baltimore, but sort of more country, much more rural. And so I would consider myself having grown up, I guess, in Hagerstown. And it's wonderful. We have a big yard we could play in, and we're surrounded by dairy farms. And so we were really in the middle of nowhere, but it was really a great place to grow up. Number two, were you a good kid? Yeah, I was definitely a good kid. I think maybe I was too good of a kid. I think sometimes I missed out on opportunities because I was too worried about being that good kid. But, but yeah, I was a good kid. Number three, what was your worst punishment? Um, I was a good kid, so I didn't get in trouble a lot. I guess I got detention, in middle school once because I didn't turn in like a signed test or something because I completely forgot to have my parents sign it. And I got sent to my room a few times for arguing with my sister. Really, I think because my parents were so strict and because I was such a good child and I made sure to follow the rules, that really some of the things that I did to be good were worse than the actual punishments. Things like having to wear my coat out when it was hot and overheating and making myself sick because I was told that I need to wear a coat, or not going to certain events because for some reason or another my parents don't find them appropriate, which sort of alienated me from having friends a lot of times um, until I got older. Number four. What did you do during your summers? Usually, almost every year we went to the beach. Some years we went to Ocean City, which is in Maryland, and I have a lot of extended family that lives there. A lot of my aunts and uncles live there, as well as my grandfather on my dad's side. So we would go there a lot. We also used to love to go to the Outer Banks in North Carolina, and that is just a phenomenal beach. It's not nearly as crowded as Ocean City, and they have much better, much better beaches and a much better community, I guess. So I loved going there. Um, Other things that I did. I used to go to the pool with my friends. We had a pool membership, and a lot of my friends also belonged to that pool. So I would go to the pool with my friends probably weekly almost throughout middle school. And pretty much every year I would spend a few days to a week up at my mother's parents' house. And I would just, read my books and I would get to spend time with them. We'd go shopping. And those were some of the best weeks of summer every year, was getting to spend time with them. Number five. What is your best childhood memory? Um, Again, with my some time with my grandparents was really good, but I can't pick out a particular one. But the time that I got to spend with my grandparents was wonderful. Also, reading. I loved reading. I used to just I could sit in my room and read a book all day, front to back, and that's actually one of my favorite childhood memories is doing that. I used to read that, especially with Harry Potter and the Fearless series. I would just read straight through till it was finished. Um, but probably my favorite memory from childhood is the one year we went to the Outer Banks and we were supposed to stay in this hotel room in the Days Inn, but they lost our reservation and the only thing they had available was this cottage. And so they gave us this cottage for the same price as the hotel room. So we got to stay in this beautiful cottage, and it had like two bedrooms, a bathroom, and a kitchen, and a living room, and a front porch, and it was just amazing. And my sister and I got to share a room, and I remember we were playing with our dolls or something, there, and that was a lot of fun. And we could see the beach from our porch, and we could just sit and watch it, and it was just that was just an amazing vacation there. So I will see you on day 2.